Even though my mind was in something else, this is when I started seeing a vision of him walking towards me, like a full vision of him, like walking in the distance. And I wasn't paying any attention. I just kept kind of just seeing that, but my mind was on something else. Sorry. In my vision, I saw him as this big black object, but I saw him like walking. This is in my vision as I'm walking.
He's not floating in the air.
No, he was like he was walking, yeah. And I kept seeing a repeat of that, but because I was concentrating on something else, I paid no attention to it. I actually to meditate I do this, but I was just sitting here and meditating, and I could feel him coming. I could see him coming, and then he was like a 10-foot wall right here. And while he was standing there, down there is when I heard the crash, crash, and that's when he touched me, and that's when I got up and I walked away. And I was here like for an hour.
Hello, in this video you'll have adventure with me in UFO Disclosure, Bulgaria. We're going to find out what is that phenomena. Bigfoot. Is that real? Well, it's real, and I'm going to meet you with my friend from Canada, Uendi. This is real. Watch careful.
My history is a long history. I think it started from trauma.
Okay.
That's how it started. That's when I started seeing UFOs in the sky. I started seeing flashing lights. It got that it was almost every night. I met Rob while my husband was sick, and we became really good friends afterwards. And Rob Freeman, yeah. And he was really good friends with Leonie Applett from Australia, and she had children who could see blindfold, her grandkids. And she told Rob couldn't believe it, and so he sent this information to me, and he said, we need to do this. And so we arranged to go and get trained to be able to see blindfold.
Where?
We went to Ottawa, and we did a weekend course there, and I saw nothing. Actually, I walked in, and the lady said to me, I don't say her name, but she said to me, number one, you're going through trauma, and number two, you're too old, you won't see. This is my first day. So I didn't, you know. But I must say, my last day, we were sitting in our Airbnb, and I was sitting there. Rob was practicing with Lizette off to the side, and I had my blindfold on, and I was rocking, and I was just listening to them. And Mark was across from me, Mark Manab, and he walked over and he put a sheet of paper on my lap and says, "What color is that?" And I just saw it immediately. And then we were planning to go to Russia, to Nikolai and Marina, to train with them. Everyone uses a different method, so that's why we were doing that. And so we were making plans to go to Russia, but we found out it wasn't easy for us to go there.
Yeah.
So we ended up, during COVID, we did a month-long training with them every day except weekends for a full month.
Okay, now, do you have any explanation how that happening, that changing from, I mean, I don't want to say from normal to non-normal. What exactly happening? And this about the brain, or?
Yes, it is about the brain. It's really strange. I've asked a lot of people what I feel. This is going to sound really, really strange, but I feel like my right brain is out here. I don't understand that. I see everything on my right side.
Okay.
And it's like when I trained with just online with Charlie Goldsmith, who is a healer from Australia.
I heard
Yes.
about his name.
And we were texting back and forth because I can feel his energy. And when he did a training session, he was asking me what I was feeling at the time, because I felt exactly, as soon as he came on, I'd feel him. And then I was feeling his healing and stuff. But anyway, I was asking him, I said, when you do your meditation, his meditation is like different areas of your brain. He concentrate on different areas of your brain because you want your left brain to calm down and your right brain start to give you that. And I asked him, why is when I try to do that, it's like my right brain is out here. And he said, oh, you don't understand that. And I don't, nobody can seem to explain that to me. But all the training that we're doing is all right brain. We are trying to shut down the left, who is the control freak, who tries to organize everything, tries to, take control of everything. You're right. Actually, it was the Grant Cameron who said the left brain's the bully, the right brain's always right.
Yeah.
So yeah, Grant always says that.
Yeah.
So that's basically what we're doing, is getting people to use their right brain a lot more and trust it. And that's where your telepathy comes from. That's where your intuition comes from. That's where your seeing comes from. Like Rob and I are both right now teaching blind. And that was the first thing I said when we started this training. Why isn't the blind?
Like they was born blind?
No, not born blind, because we mostly take blind who have actually seen at one time. So if you say, what color is this? They have some reference. If they're born blind, they don't have a reference of what that is. So you almost have to start teaching them like a baby. Have to start teaching them what things are, which...
But how you can explain the color?
If they've been blind their whole life, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like it said, oh, the sky's blue. Well, they don't know what blue is.
Yeah.
So that's tough.
But if they have memory, if they've been okay.
Yeah. If
they have memory of many things, cars,
yes.
tree,
yes.
Colors, people.
Yes, letters.
Right. Something
numbers.
like a library, because Nikolai Denisov mentioned once that if you lost your vision with some illness or anything, that can be fixed with opening special channels in your brain.
Yes.
And then, of course, you have all these files in your brain, all this like a library.
Yes.
And then they activating, and then you start seeing, not with your physical eyes, but with your consciousness.
Exactly. And that's when I train people. Mm-hmm. I tell them to send their consciousness out. That's what remote viewing is. Mm-hmm. Send your consciousness out to where you want to see. Mm-hmm. And that's how I train my students. And I'm not and I think the training that we've done is why all of it, I just started seeing interdimensionally like I didn't even know what it was. Like, why was I seeing that? You know, like, it's a really difficult one.
You're talking about figures, some kind of figures or creatures?
Yes,
or
yeah, like craft.
crafts?
Craft.
Like an aircraft?
Like a no,
spacecraft?
yeah, UFO.
Uh-huh.
Like we saw earlier in the valley, I saw this whole oval-shaped spacecraft in the valley, taking up the whole valley with the dome on top, and it just sat there.
And you saw with your physical eyes or with?
Well, I saw it. But it's got to be interdimensional, because my first reaction was, how can it be there? Because there's trees there. And a friend of mine, I was describing it. I said it was huge. It took up the whole valley. I just stood there and looked at it. And she said it's interdimensional. That's how it can be there with all the trees. Increase their consciousness. And this is all about consciousness. Become more aware.
Okay, so opening this ability for blindfold visions actually increasing your intuition,
yes,
predictions,
yes,
and many other things coming like they all connected.
It's all connected. And when I train, you'll see me. I'll say, "Do you see that, or do you sense it, or or do you? Is it a knowing?" It's all the same thing. It's all opening up same channels, and that's my goal. Even if someone doesn't see right away, but I have one fellow who I'm training right now. It was incredible. He knew, he didn't see, but he knew every playing card that I put up. He would say that's black club spade, or black cub jack, or red heart king. And I said, did you see that? And he said, no, I just knew. It's the same, using your intuition. It's using the same channels. Yeah. I was out in BC, and this girlfriend of mine called me and told me she had a lump. And I said, well, I'm going out meditating. She said, well, put in a good word for me. So I left, and I actually said, I laughed. She said, put a good word in for me. And I said, well, I don't know anything about healing. So I left, and I'm walking to the beach, and I get across the road to a bench, and it's like something takes me over. That's the only thing I can say, like sat me down, and I have no idea where I went. The next thing I knew, I was seeing her. I saw her sitting there, and she actually lives in Europe. I was in BC, and she's in Europe. And I saw her, and I saw the lump, and whatever happened to me, they showed me what to do.
And you didn't know where is that? I mean, the left or the right side?
Where the lump was, you mean? It was on the left. It was on the left.
But she haven't told you?
No. So I saw it. They showed me what to do. Whoever it was, I don't even know. And then I actually saw her sitting there. And then at the end, I contacted her, and I said, I have no idea what just happened. I don't even know where I am right now. And I told her what happened. And then the next day she contacted me and said, it's gone. And I, really? And she goes, yeah, it's gone. So, yeah.
Just unbelievable.
Yeah, it was. And I still don't know what happened to me. It's like someone just took me over and showed me how to do that. So, and it's happened 3 times that I know of. But each time, if I try to do it myself, nothing happens. It's almost like I need to sit, meditate, and make a connection, then it can happen. Yeah. But I have to know, I can feel when I can make the connection, but it doesn't always happen. So,
what is the story with your encounters with the Sasquatch?
Oh, my first one was phenomenal. It was incredible. It was actually just down the street here at Park Hill. Yeah, we were out walking. We're
talking about Canada.
This is Canada. Okay. Yes, just down the street. Not well, just you probably drove by it on the way here. Yeah, And we were out sky watching. It was late at night, me and another friend. And we were having fun. Actually, that night we saw fairy, we saw tons of stuff. But
Fairies like from the
fairy, I have a picture.
fair.
Yeah, I have a picture.
Okay.
I have a picture. And we saw interdimensionals, like, what do they call them? They're tiny little creatures. I have pictures of them too.
From Scandinavian folks.
They're not as people call them fae, but anyway, there's a special name for them.
Okay.
But anyway, we were having fun, and it was getting late, and we were in the middle of nowhere, and we started hearing these rocks falling, and one huge one landed right by my car, thump, like that, and for some reason, my friend and I broke out laughing. It was funny. We broke out laughing, and then I see this face, and it's a Sasquatch face with the biggest grin on his face. And my friend said he saw it too. That was confirmation for me. We both saw it at the same time. And then, so then we walked back to the cars, and I'm standing beside him, and he says to me, he said, "They say they really like you." And I went, "Oh, okay." And so I walked away. I'm standing in the front of my car, and we were just talking, and all of a sudden I look down, and I see arms around me like this, like coming from way up there, but round, and I saw arms like this, an orangey brown colored hair, and it was like this. And I looked down, and I said to my friend, I said, "I see arms around me." And my friend turns and looks at me, and he goes, "Yeah, he's about 8 feet tall, and he has a pot belly, and he's a Sasquatch." And I'm like, "Whoa," you know. But he was
Still holding.
like still holding me. Yeah, it was the most incredible thing. And then slowly he moved back. So
Have you feel a physical touch, or?
I didn't that time. It was
Okay.
just a vision thing. And my other friend, he saw him too. But it wasn't a physical touch like my last one. My last one was a physical
Can you tell
touch.
us about this?
Yeah. Well, it's also very close. I hike all the time. And the first time I went back here, I was hiking through the bush, and I got to the very back, and I wanted to meditate. I was, thinking about stuff. I wanted to meditate. So I went and I just sat in the grass off to the side, off the path, so nobody'd see me. And so I was sitting there, and I was trying to get in the zone, really trying to get in the zone. And I was sitting there, and I just couldn't do it. I had too much in my head. And I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I heard this loud, growly yell. Loud, and I kind of went, "Oh, that sounds odd," And then I got the immediate feeling I should leave. It was almost like I was getting the message I should leave. So I'm thinking, because I couldn't get in the zone, and I was very irritated or whatever, that it must have been a Sasquatch, and maybe he was feeling my,
Thoughts.
yeah. So anyway, so I left. I did what he said. And then, or what I felt he was telling me. And then about a month later, I went back to the same place, and I'm still thinking about stuff. And as I'm walking through the path, and it's through this bush, and it was really funny because I saw him again. He was dark, browny black color, and in my vision, I saw him walking like this. First he was a long distance away, and every time I saw him, it was like stop motion. There he was, there he was, there he was, and it was like he was closer each time.
It disappearing time to time, or?
Yeah, he was like I wasn't like I was seeing him walking towards me, because my mind was somewhere else. And I think I was irritating him, because I was thinking moving. I was thinking, other things on my mind, whereas my right brain was showing me this coming towards me. And so it just got bigger and bigger. And then finally I just went and I sat on this bench. The next thing I know, I saw, on this side, 8-10 foot, dark, blackish brown figure, Sasquatch, standing right there, right beside me, like a wall. And this is when he reached out and he touched me. And as that was going, and I don't know what that was about, but he touched me. Then below me, I heard like someone crashing wood on wood, like bang, bang, twice like that. And that's when I got the message. I just got up and I left. I walked away. So, and that was my last. I didn't go back there until today with you. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, I see everything on my right side.